3, 2, 1.
In May of 2025, the St. Vincent Girls High School celebrated its 114th anniversary. I'm 𝘊𝑜𝘱𝑒𝑎𝑐𝑐𝑵, and as a proud past student and an even more proud staff gem, it gives me great pleasure to present this tribute on 𝘊𝑜𝘱𝑒𝑛𝑐𝑖𝑑, a tribute to the school that we all love and hold dear. Please enjoy. Now, we have sung this school song countless times. Let Miss Gaines give you the background to the school song.
How did you come to write any school song?
I used to write poetry and so I don't know. Oh, we had a competition.
Oh.
There was a headmistress. You may have heard of a Miss Byron.
Yes.
What you heard of Miss Byron before I continue?
Byron Block.
Oh yes, they named the block after her. She was not Vincentian.
So when you wrote it, you had a tune in mind because the music was done.
No, what happened? Pat Prescott
Right,
was
he
the
did the
music.
music, right.
of it. I am not musical,
Right.
you know.
You just
But
lyrical.
but I could write little poetry and so on.
You were telling us about the competition.
Competition, yeah.
Yes, Miss Byron said she was having this competition for hymn and a song. So I said, well, so I sat down a weekend and just put these things together.
Wow.
Wonderful.
You know, and as I say,
Exactly.
what
I said no chat GPT in
Yeah,
those
yeah.
days. You can't just type in something and get it, you know.
when you
It's very
write it
creative
and you
process.
see if it sounds good. I can't sing and I'm not musical. But Jen School got this cool hymn. They have a hymn too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But she had this competition. They didn't get no prize for the competition. So the prize, what I thought would be the prize, is that the school would sing it if it's good enough.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Well, thousands of girls been singing it.
Over the years.
Yes, and every time I hear it, I say, but look at that. A weekend when I say, better see if I could try my hand at this thing.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to catch up with one of the most brilliant staff gems, René Baptiste CMG, and in 3 short minutes, she gave me a snapshot of the girls' high school over 3 generations. Listen to this. By the time you got to school, What were the differences between the education that your mum received and what you received? And not just the education, but the holistic development.
It was different back then. Yes, you had netball, you had tennis in that time. So she said that it was different in that because of the time, it was the 1960s, a lot of self-discovery, self-proclamation, with, I guess, finding out more about where you're from. But strange enough, as a family, my mom always insisted that we learn from my grandfather, who, when you looked at him, you didn't have to ask if he was not a quote-unquote, a black carrot, but Garifuna. And we used to comb his hair and curl it and do all sorts of things as a kid. But at the school, we had all mistresses. The staff was not mixed at that time when I went to school in the 60s, early 60s. Yes, you had games. People were more intent on, you have to maintain the reputation of the school, follow what the rules were. And as I said, people were less inclined to question certain rules of the school. Parents were, yes, very proud that their children got the opportunity, because back then you couldn't take for granted that you would get a scholarship or get into as you said, the chosen 40 or 50. It was 40 or 50. Now it's hundreds. Also, we didn't have, when my sister got there, they were doing sciences, yes, physics and chemistry. Used to go over to grammar school for that. In my mother's day, they did health science, and they also did health science when I was at high school. Scripture, which is different. I know they do something similar to that now. And the school was, you felt, I don't know it like I say, because by her still having a nexus with the school, through the 𝑘𝑠 Association, which they really worked to maintain the look and the reputation of the school, having tea parties, and so they didn't have a fair at that time. Fairs came in later on, school fair, and harvest came in later on as well in this particular century. But you had still this discrimination. You had people who made children feel they didn't belong because their parents were not married. That their parents were not married. Because that was very important. It was so pervasive in the colonial legislation. Yes, it was different. They had more the subject matters and so on. And you couldn't dare be seen with your school uniform after a certain hour. Well, poor me, when I was Minister of Culture and I saw them come tourism over at the cruise ship terminal where my offices were located. And I'd see them coming and I'd say, oh, no, wouldn't do. When I used to have my office at downstairs, the Cobblestone Inn, my first office was there, and you see girls running, coming through and talking loud. They say, ooh, that would never do for high school.
Never do.
Mrs. 𝐶𝘰𝑚𝑚 was not at all a happy camper when she learned about that.
And in this 114th celebration, the school was fortunate enough to catch up with one of the most senior past students of the Girls High School, Mrs. Mavis Williams.
I really enjoy my life in GHS and PHS. And I'm thankful for that. The school has been outstanding. The girls have been outstanding. And I wish that all of you will come to peak.
Okay, so we will pause here for some entertainment and then we'll come right back with an interview with Bertie Lewis.
Wake me in the morning when first comes Sunday grow.
course, in the 114-year history of the Girls High School, there have been several male teachers. And you may be wondering, why am I choosing to interview Bertie Lewis? Well, yeah, Bertie Lewis was one of the male teachers, so that doesn't make him unique. He was a young male teacher, that still doesn't make him unique. What made him unique in my eyes is that he entered the school as a bald head, and when he left, he was well-read. Mr. Lewis, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Cleo. Thanks for having me here today.
How long did you spend at Girls High School?
I started in 1981. Then I had an interruption. I left to study in 1987, returned in 1990. Then I left then I was seconded to the Banana Growers Association from 1992 to 95. Then I returned back to high school and then left in 1978. So I had some interruptions between. But
98?
Yes, 98.
Okay, so how did you end up at the Girls High School?
Well, it's just a situation where I think it was Miss Reddock, who was the math and science teacher. She went off to study, and that was in April. So it was in the middle of the school year, and they needed a math teacher. And so one of the students just passed, and I was home. A student who knew my sister, because all my sisters went to Girls High School. And she said, oh, we're looking for a math teacher. And they knew I was good at math because I started teaching math since I was 14. My father used to send me to proctor his adult class. And at one point, he was in a meeting in the shop and I started teaching them. And then he came in and he told me, continue. And then the students wanted him to send me every time because, you know, in our culture, you respect the elders. So they'll tell me go over something 100 times, I'll go over it. So that was my introduction into teaching. So I was teaching since I was in grammar school. And then I put in after the student told me they're looking for a math teacher, I put in the application, and then Mrs. Keys was the headmistress at the time. She called me in and I thought I wasn't going to get the job because actually I didn't enter high school as a bald head. I was already a rasta, but I combed my hair in the morning. So my mom asked me, what are you going to do? Are you going to take the job? I say, well, it depends on if I get my hair combed out and surprisingly, I went in the shower in the morning, I washed my hair and I took an Afro pick and it came out. So I started, but then after the conviction was there. So after almost a year, I decided, okay, I'm going to dread regardless of what, you know, and I met some resistance at the start. Yeah, I met some resistance. So it was actually started dreading my hair at the end of a school year. So when we came back now in the new school, I can't remember which year, I was told that I was transferred. I said, transferred? I said, transferred to where? I had no letters telling me this. They say, yeah, but the chief education officer is out of the country, so when he's back. So I went to school and I went home. I told my father, he told me, you make sure you report the job every day. He said, this is one way they're trying to get you to say that you abandoned the job. So I reported for 2 weeks without an assignment. And eventually I was given an assignment, you know, so that, and as then later, I think that same year, I was refused entrance to the Teachers College because I applied to Teachers College because I started teaching just coming out from doing A-levels. I refused, the second year I was refused. Then I wrote a letter to the Public Service Commission stating I tried to get qualified whichever way. So then I was appointed because then teachers in girls' high school and grammar school were not considered teachers, they were considered public servants because actually I'm a member of the Public Service Union. So then I had to meet with the Public Service Commission. So I met with the whole commission and they started bringing up the issue of me being a Rastafarian. And at that time, I looked at them and realized that they're humans just like me. We're all the same man, and they can't do anything to me. So I really step up and I spoke to, I defended myself and they back off. And that was the only issue I've had ever since. At that time, the ruling, there's a ruling on the book from wherever, I think it was back maybe 18 something, about your hair. Men shouldn't have excessively long hair. So they had that. They brought it out. And I had to speak. What I eventually told them is that I'm not going to try to indoctrinate nobody, children. I'm just going to do my job.
And well, I can swear to that. You never tried to indoctrinate anybody in my year, not that I had heard of.
Yeah.
Tell me about life at Girls High School.
Like, it was, well, coming straight from secondary school, from A-level college, and then going to, with no working experience, no training as official training as a teacher, it was, at some time it could have been scary, but the staff members, they made it so easy for me to transition. So we had like Miss Laura Brown, the math department, Sylvia Jack. These are teachers who knew my aunt, knew my father, and they made it easy for me. Also with the students, it was easy in the sense that a lot of the students, I knew their relatives. Gail Revere, I went to school with her brother. Camille, who was in, these are people who are in your class. Camille Samuel, her brothers were in high school with me. Grant, Alexia Grant, her brother Malcolm was in class with me. So I knew a lot of the students, the relatives, So it was easy. And a lot of the girls looked at me more as a big brother than as a teacher. So because I was younger, I was closer to their age. In some cases, I was only 3 or 4 years older than some of the students. So that made it easy. And
some of the current members of staff and students of the school went to visit some of the past teachers just to sit and chat with them, to share memories, and also to show them some appreciation for all that they have done for us at the Girls High School. Coming up next, we hear from Mrs. Sylvia Jack, we hear from Miss Margaret Sullen, and we also hear from former headmistress Jan Horn.
School is still producing many girls of whom we are still proud. And I think in the days of Miss Heddle, you all would know Miss Heddle, of course, not even your teachers would know Miss Heddle, but in the days of Miss Heddle and Miss Jacobs, they would have been very happy to see how the Girls High School is still out front. I mean, things would not be exactly the same as the times when they were there and when I was there, because times change, and so do human beings. But the thing about it is that even though we change in some areas, there are certain things we have to maintain, certain standards. If you are a GHS student, there are certain things that GHS students are expected to do. If you have an ice cream and you're really thirsty, you go to the post office, maybe in one of those little places where you get your letters, and you eat the ice cream and then you continue, not going up Thompson home and all of that with this ice cream. That's how we were trained when I was a high school student, and when I taught at the high school, that's how I trained my girls. When I am speaking or when we are reading, you're not supposed to be speaking and reading. Everybody has to have a chance, and then they have ideas, so students have ideas. I mean, when I was a girl at school, we were allowed to contribute, but not as much as I allowed my girls, because it's a different system, you see. People are more outgoing. So we are reading, let's say, the book Tom Sawyer for literature, and while we are reading, there's something that you don't understand or that you want to explain or talk about. When we get to the end of not the chapter, but the paragraph, you then put up your hand and say, please, miss, I would like to say something, and you say. And I know you girls maybe your teachers were a little bit more timid, so you had to tell them that maybe twice per month, but I think the girls now, her face says, no, I would put it there and say, please, miss, and explain. And that's how it is. It's a different kind of society now, but still, although it's a different type of society, there are some things which are basic.
It gives me great pleasure to have my former students here with me today. Never mind that Lensky didn't quite make the student part of it, but he was baby enough to get around. Yes. I am very, I'm super happy to have you all here. And I think it's such a good idea as we are celebrating the 114th anniversary of Girls High School. We all have a joyful time, enjoy yourselves, be happy, be good, and be very successful in all of it.
Come on, walk faster than, let's go. Let's go, come on, let's go.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, it was in my time. Johnny from Calico. He was the one who started them and taught them how to play and so on. And he went with us. He and they call it
𝘱𝑒𝑠.
Yes. Yes. So you all have instruments now, right?
Yeah, it's really nice to hear them. They perform.
I'm sure.
We had our church service on Sunday at KBC, and they performed, and it was very good.
I have a little treat for you. This is, you know, it had to be red, right? For Grimble House. And I have a special message for you.
Good morning, Mrs. Hahn. We are sending you greetings from Farm Tree Hahn on our 140th anniversary of our dear school, Girls High School.
Thank you for playing a part in shaping our school's history.
Lots of love from Tree Hahn.
Set the trend, set the trend.
Yes, we'll send that video for you.
Oh, thank you all so much.
And we bought some goodies for you.
Let me just bless it.
Yeah.
Thank you, my Thank you. So sweet.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It's sufficient for today. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It's sufficient for today.
Don't make me cry. Music is the only thing that makes me cry.
The school enjoys a long and perhaps unmatched history of academic excellence, but we are also proud of our accomplishments in the arts and entertainment. 𝘰𝑑𝑒LIA Chambers is the winner of the 2025 Ignite, the Ultimate Talent Search, and she was also nominated in the 2025 Youth Excellence Awards in the category of Most Resolute Youth. This is 𝘰𝑑𝑒LIA.
The Bible says that it will happen as a flash. As lightning comes from the east and goes to the west, so will it be. Then 7 years would pass of toil, of persecution, of trouble, none like the world has ever seen. Then all would see it, and every nation of creation would mourn the sign of the Son of Man coming in on the clouds, and on his head a crown adorned. But hey, I'm sure it's fine. You can have another drink. I mean, if Jesus didn't want us to drink, he wouldn't have turned water into wine, right? And hey, we can live how we want. I'm sure it's just fine, right? People say that Jesus is coming back for the world, but I still got time, right? And who knows? Maybe it's just a tale, huh? Just a white man's religion trying to get the black man to obey, huh? Just some slave masters trying to get to oppress the slaves, huh? I'm sure that we aren't really slaves to our sin, huh? And hell can never be real, right? Just a scare tactic to get people to come to church, right? They're just trying to get false religion to kill us with our eyes, right? But we're the only ones to see the light, right? Right? But then what's that white light? What's that figure sitting on the throne? You told me it wasn't real. You told me that these were just stories of old. You didn't tell me I'd have to give an account. You didn't tell me I'd have to stand in his face. You didn't tell me that everything that we do on earth would actually matter one day. Now what am I gonna do? And what am I gonna say? Is it too late to go down on my knees and pray? The line is getting shorter. It's nearly my turn. I can't go to hell. I can't forever burn. Now, God, it's me. Remember? I used to pray to you every few weeks. I mean, I know I didn't read my Bible every day, but I posted some scriptures on my story. I tried my best to be a good person, even though I wasn't all that holy. You know how it is. I'm still young. Nothing wrong with going to carnival. I was just having some fun. I mean, yeah, sometimes I'd cuss some people out, but they really deserved it. I mean, you saw what they did to me. They really earned it. The gossip, that doesn't count. I mean, it ain't my fault they had their business just going around. The weed, what you mean? It was just recreation. It wasn't all that deep. You know, now that I think about it, I didn't do all that wrong. I went to church a few times this year. I mean, I played some worship songs. Wait. No, God, before you go ahead and judge, I want to remind you that you're a God of love. You sent your only son, Jesus, right, to die for my sins. I repented once when I was a child, so you gotta let me in. But God, I said I went to church. My mother raised me up in Sunday school. So how dare you look at me in my face and say that I never knew you? This must be a mistake. I know I made some ups and downs. I went to a few parties, had a few drinks. Yes, I know I slept around, but I don't deserve this. How could you send me to hell? What about those pastors in the churches taking money and spending it on themselves? What about those rapists, the murderers, the hypocrites in the church? What about those abusers, those terrorists? God, I don't deserve all of this worth. No, God, please forgive me. I know that I have sinned, but God, come on, eternity is a long time. You just gotta let me in. If I had known it would have been like this, I would have served you with my life. I would have gone and testified to the nations. I would have given it all. But Lord, what are you doing? What are you saying to my face? God, I would have studied your word. I would have put sin away. Lord, I would have known your face. I would have tried my best. Why are you treating me like I'm none the less? Lord, please don't do this. I really need to get in. Why are you calling me a sinner? I'm just right here giving in. Lord, why are you doing this? My name must be on that scroll. Lord, why is it that I gained the world, but in the end I lost my soul? So what's the point of gaining the world if in the end you lose your soul?
As the years go by, the school finds itself confronted with all sorts of challenges. Coming up next is current Headmistress Latoya Deroche-John, and she explains how the school is going to meet the AI challenge head-on. Right after her, we come back with a little bit more from Bertie Lewis. This is Pure Vincy on Sweet Radio SVG. So you've seen life as a student, as a teacher, and as a headmistress. How would you say the role of teaching has evolved over the last, say, 20 years or so?
It's so different now. It's so different, and we have to keep up. We have, as educators, I think sometimes we get scared. You know, we get scared of the now versus then. And so as the headmistress of the girls' high school, I have to be constantly motivating and encouraging teachers to keep up. You know, we are coming from 20 years ago when I started at the girls' high school. You give some homework, and the next day you're correcting the homework, and you'd see the difference between the students who understood and those who did not get it right. And you'd go over the work, and clear now these children type the homework into AI and they bring you perfect work. You know, and then you wonder, oh, we can't be scared of it. You know, we cannot be scared of it. This AI is here to stay. And as the leading academic institution in our country, we have to embrace it. We have to embrace it. We have to talk about ethics while we're using AI. We have to make sure that we caution our girls against not learning the content, but copying the content. We have a lot of work to do, but it's a different type of work. You know, we can't be left behind. So to those of us who want to say, you know, AI is a problem and they're just copying the homework, they're gonna copy it. It's a tool that did not exist while we were teaching 10 years ago or 15 years ago, but it exists now and it's here to stay. So as educators, we have to manage the technology and how fast it's going and where we need to go.
How does the reliance on AI during the school term impact performance during exams and internal and external exams?
You could see there's a clear disparity between what happens during the term and what happens at exam for some students. And sad to say, it's the weaker students because they see it as a way to level up to the others. Let me copy this work because I want to, you know, they don't want to put in that hard work to get them to the same standard as the other students. So it is a clear disparity right now. So we have to tell them, listen, you're not fooling us. You are not fooling us. It is going to show. We have to keep reminding them that you're going to have an exam at the end of this term. You're not going to be allowed to use technology during the examination, and you have to be able to produce. So there is a disparity, but we are trying to get across. Before I could get across to the students, though, Cleo, it is important that I get across to my staff that AI is here to stay, and how we treat AI as it relates to students is going to determine ultimately what happens in their academic performance during testing.
You mentioned ethics. Is there a particular module on ethics? How is this communicated to the students repeatedly in a manner in which it could have some impact on how they use it?
Right now, we're developing an ethics code at the Girls High School for AI. We are getting ready to launch our own website. On that website, we should have our code for AI. We want to model it, of course, using our CSEC standards, and we've begun research. Mr. Petrus Gums of the NCTI came in to train the staff as it relates to AI and how the teachers can use AI to their advantage while preparing for classes. But we also started in that session giving some codes of conduct. So it cannot be responsible for more than 25% of the academic paper, you know. So there are things, there are kinks we're working on, but we have to have a code of ethics that our students must know. Listen, we cannot tell them you can't use it.
The part I enjoyed at high school most is when took over the sports department.
How did that happen?
I think Miss Norris was in charge of sports at the time. She went away. And because I used to help out, because of my love as a basketball player, my love of sports, I filled in. And then when the vacancy was there, asked me if I can do math and also head the sports department. And they had freedom to bring in things, because people didn't realize high school was the first place we introduced the cheerleaders. At our sports, we had cheerleaders, and that was under my watch. And one of the students who suggested it, and I went along. We had, at one point, we had 5 netball teams. We were doing things, we were having sponsors. I went out and looked for sponsors for some of these teams. We had our students insured. We had insurance for our students if they got injured. People didn't realize that. What was the introduced, because we normally had sprinters, we didn't have long distance runners. So I was able to, when grammar school had the road relay, that's when we introduced the girls' high school road relay. So to encourage long distance running in the school. So I had a lot of flexibility in running the sports department.
So you certainly, you certainly have a legacy at the school for the time that you've been there. When these things that you introduced, the long distance running, the insurance, obtaining sponsorship, these are all new things to the girls' high school. How were these suggestions met?
They're very good. I was very supportive. It was Miss Kezar at first, and then I worked with Mrs. Horn, John Horn, and they were supportive. Once, you run it by them, and I think it was a good idea. They said, okay, let's try it.
Okay, so when I listened to you, you spoke about your entry into the school and people like Mrs. Jack and Mrs. Brown holding your hand, your familiarity with the students, the ease with which you transitioned from student life to teacher's life. It all sounds quite hunky-dory. What were the challenges that you had?
Challenges? Besides, when they tried to get rid of me, I don't think I had much challenges. Some of the challenges, okay. Where I had, the very first day I had some challenges. I had an upper class. I was teaching also a third form. And sometimes I got notes in the test books from some of the girls, So I was kind of hesitant to give tests too frequent. I didn't want to deal with those notes, Yeah, but it's part of growing up. Yeah. So and the challenge, the content there's no problem. The students, I had a good rapport with the students, and the parents were involved. So I didn't have much challenge in that area neither.
Some of the other past teachers who were visited include Mrs. McDowell, Mrs. Agard, and Miss Haynes.
I'm so glad to see you all. I appreciate the visit. And my mind is always, well, in the school, I know the new children did not, they're not in the school.
Yeah, when they came,
Yes. Because a lot of my girls have a lot of records there still. That's true.
Sandra,
Deputy grammar school.
Sue
was one of my students too. I think Sue has a record there. But her sister had only Shane, I think it was broken, but Sandra has some there still and some was broken.
Sandra untouchable right now.
Yeah. yes, good memories, good memories. High school is the only institution I've taught so long.
But look how she looks like her mother.
That's what
But how you see the call me now?
Really?
I should have said that.
I'm going to
Becky.
Becky,
Like that?
yeah.
Becky was look at me silent, talking about this. That's how it is.
Wow.
Quand je pense à la vie à la Girls High School, c'est toujours quelque chose qui me fait vivre. In 1981, I was told by Mr. Jack, and Ms. Kezar said she's sending for me. So I said, really, do I want to go? And then I went there to teach history, needlework, and food and nutrition.
Wow.
But of course, my passion was all for the foreign languages. So when I got the occasion in 1983, with a teacher who was here from France, she was doing a course at the university center. I took that opportunity, and they were sent to France to teach English. Okay, so after I came back, and I was sent to the Girls High School. And I went to study at Cable, I was sent back to the Girls High School. I spent most of my teaching career, 30-something years I taught at the Girls High School. I remember when there was a transition period at the Girls High School in terms of changing the head teachers in the 1990s, the mid-1990s. I remember a teacher now who was deceased said, one thing about the Girls High School, regardless of who goes there, most of the teachers try to continue with the tradition and with the values of the Girls High School. So even if somebody who might think who did not go there, especially who has different ideas, especially the past teachers or the past students who go back there, they always have in their mind what the Girls High School is about and what should be done. So regardless to his head or whatever, most of the teachers continue in terms of trying to impart the knowledge that the school would like to impart, and also to continue the other co-curricular and extra activities.
After this piece from Kehelia Beach, we'll go back to Headmistress Deroche-John, and she talks about some of the financial challenges of the school and the invaluable role that past students play in supporting their school. We'll also hear from the representatives of Grimble House and Headmistress House, and they'll be talking about what they are doing to support their baby sisters.
Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain of fools. For 5 long years, I thought he was my man. But I found out, I'm just a link in his chain. I say he got me where he want me. I ain't nothing but his fool. I say you're treating me mean. I say you're treating me cruel. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Every chain has got a weak link. I might be weak now, ooh, but I'll give you my strength. You tell me to leave you alone. My father said, come on home. My doctor said, take it easy. Ooh, but your loving is much too strong. I'm added to your chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain of fools. One of these mornings, your chain is gonna break. But up until then, baby, I'm gonna take all I can take. Hey, 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 hey! Chain, 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 chain of fools. Chain, 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 hey, 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 chain of fools. I said, chain, 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 chain. Thank you.
We need a model that is sustainable. Right now, we don't have a model that is sustainable. And we're a big school. We're not a small school. We have 645 girls with varying needs from different socioeconomic backgrounds. So we have to make sure the lower order needs are met for our students before we expect those higher order needs. And those are not things we can go around advertising, you know? Oh, the student doesn't have electricity, the student don't have internet, the student don't have, these are not things you can constantly go around advertising. It's not good mentally for the student, but the school needs to fill the gap at some point, you know? Basic things, you know, basic things that it would take to make sure that we are okay as an institution. So for me, finances.
How do the past student house groups fit into helping to deal with some of these challenges?
God, the GHS would not be the GHS without our past students. And I can't even describe. They have been getting a little emotional. They have been like literally my backbone since I got here. You know, every time you wonder, okay, how are we going to get out of this situation, or how are we going to manage this, or we'd like to implement X, Y, and Z. Our past students are always very clear. They are always, for those who cannot help financially, they are there with their time, their talents. That is not something, you know, you could put a price tag on.
Juliana, good evening. Thank you for being a part of this program. Remind everybody, I know you are Juliana Glenn and you were in school in my time. One of the things that I remember most about you is your netball. You were very, very active in netball. And I'm sorry to have to say this to you, but in my memory, you were like me. You were thirsty. Any opportunity to get on the netball court was taken with both hands and a lime if necessary. And that is what I remember most about you. What do you remember most about your girls' high school days?
Well, good afternoon, and thank you very much for having me. The biggest thing I do remember about high school is that thirst for sports time. I absolutely loved being on the netball team. I remember there was one year when I was on B team, I was so angry. But it was still an opportunity to represent Grimble or to represent the school, and it didn't matter to me. Every opportunity that I got, I took it. When I got the opportunity to be house captain in 1997, that was one of my biggest accomplishments in high school, because it let me see that even through some of the ups and downs that I had in high school, I was still valued, and I could now bring that motivation to my house as a whole, instead of just being simply Juliana Glenn. It's putting it out to everybody else and showing how I've grown from Form 1 to Form 5.
That is phenomenal. And then after high school, you eventually migrated. What happened between then and now?
Well, definitely no sports, no netball, because we don't have that here. But I came to the United States, and just through a lot of different experiences, I am currently working at the University of South Carolina as the assistant director for the visitor center, and I'm also an adjunct instructor here. So it's still motivating others. It's still trying to show people and serve, because that's one of my biggest things now, is learning how to give back what I've been given. And so those these two roles that I have now is more of in a service spirit of how can I give back to others to get them where I am.
That is excellent. And we are so proud of you, Juliana. We're talking about Girls High School having attained its 114th anniversary. And sometime between maybe the last year and now, most of the past students have formed house groups. So there's the Grimble House Group, the Headmistress House Group, the Staff House Group, and the Moffat House Group. And we have our friendly rivalries, and then we have our things that we keep close to our chest. But I think everybody's objective is to give back to the school in some way, maybe not necessarily in a personal capacity, but as a house. What is Grimble House doing?
Well, our group is phenomenal on getting things together. We have supported our students, be it the athletes and the non-athletes, in giving gifts for participating in Sports Day. We've done the uniforms, we've done fundraisers, selling t-shirts, you know, fundraiser is a big thing. We've also provided a lot of mentorship and support, because it's not just, you know, about the sports part and about that rivalry, but also I know Pearl and Donnet, you know, participated in the assembly, you know, motivating them, their physical, not just their physical space, but their mental and space needs to be challenged as well and encouraged. So we have done a lot of things all around, I would say, to really recognize our athletes and our students in our house.
What do you look forward to in terms of the contribution of these past student house groups?
Well, of course, we do need financial contributions, because that's what really supports our students. But we also look for people who can mentor. We look for people who can provide that physical presence, because I, for one, I am there waving my flag every single house from abroad. I have not been home for a house meet for 33 years, and I'm hoping to change that this coming year, cross fingers, because our students look to past students for that support. We've been through it. We know, you know, how it's been. We know the ups and downs. You know, Grimble had a couple of years where we were on top, then we were in the middle, then we've been at the bottom. But in all, I don't know, I'm sure you've seen how much the Grimble spirit still keeps our girls top, keep them motivated no matter which place they are in that lineup from first through fourth.
You said that you've been through it, and I realized that your contribution, the Grimble House contribution, is not limited to a season. It's not just about Sports Day. It's about the whole development of a student and the different aspects that you can participate in, the motivation, the mentoring, and different things. How has life changed for students? I know you said you haven't been around for 33 years, but I know you observe keenly from afar. How do you think things have changed since you were in school and you were leading Grimble House?
Well, I definitely see among, let's say, the staff at GHS, it's a more younger, vibrant group. I'm not saying that in our day, we found that quite a larger majority of our staff were older people. And now I'm noticing a change to a much younger generation leading and supporting GHS, which is important because it shows that anybody of any age can step into that role. It doesn't have to be somebody that looks older, that has gray hair, that has that wisdom. I feel that it's so important to show that anybody of any age can also sit in that spot and assist our students along the way. So that's one of the biggest changes that I have seen. in what we do at GHS. And I'm proud of that.
It makes it look like success is right within your reach. It's not that far away from you anymore.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because, you know, at Form 5, did I see myself as a teacher? Absolutely not. I never thought in a million years that somebody would be calling me professor in college. And so having somebody come up from Form 1 to Form 5 and seeing that younger age generation being a part of their educational journey, that can also motivate them to want to step into that space.
Great, fantastic. Well, I hope that, you know, we come together as houses and create some sort of unified project or activity. So, you know, the rivalry will just stay within the sports season, but throughout the rest of the year, we can come together as past students, not as house members, to contribute to the continuity and development of the Girls High School.
I hope so too. I have often wondered what the other houses are doing, because I'm sure many of you know my sister Nicole is in Headmistress, and usually every sports season I call her and I say, don't talk to me. But definitely, I would like to see all of our houses come together and create some kind of alumni setting where we can contribute to each other, no matter if we're red, green, yellow, or blue, and just for the sake of our students. So that's absolutely a goal that I think we can definitely work towards.
Definitely. Juliana, thank you so much for sparing me this time, and it was fantastic to see you after all this time.
Yes, and thank you very much for having me.
My
Grimble
pleasure.
Nation.
Staff House.
Grimble! I see people supporting puppet. Go put your head in a old dirty bucket. Hey! Now when I talk about Staff House, them so lazy, all of them pass out. Send ambulance, SOS distress. Worst house is Headmistress. Hey! They have something to tell you. Hush your mouth, everybody start mumbling. And who make the rest house humble? Grimble. Let them confused and tumble. Grimble. We stay hot like bumble. Grimble. Let the whole of them crumble. Grimble. Who they can't take simple. Grimble. Who squeeze them like pimple. Grimble. If you're supporting Grimble, everybody dance like the whole place tremble. Grimble. 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 Grimble.
I'm talking to Vinette Frederick. She is one of the organizers of the Past Students Association, the Headmistress House Past Students Association. Okay. You have your blue, I have my green. I'm staff.
I'm so sorry.
I consider you to be like the face of this whole past students rivalry where the houses are concerned. I get the impression that you like to play modest and say, well, it ain't really me, you know, I was just dragged along for the ride. How did all of this get started?
Well, my earliest recollection is Pearl McMaster and I go at it every year on social media. And she's a big Grimble girl. And coincidentally, the majority of my close friends are Grimble girls. I don't know what is wrong with me. Poor choice of friends, Lord. But so she and I, and you know, people have been following the fact that around sports time, high school, old girls get very animated about what their houses are going to do. So this is not new. But I think when the school sort of switched up how you could earn points so that you get bonus points. One, you're competing for House of the Year, and then you get bonus points when you bring out old girls to your celebration of your house assembly. This goes back, of course, to the tradition of houses having their assembly during sports, the term that is your sports term. And then high school has such a rich history of from the time you enter the girls' high school, you push your hand in this bag, you take out a letter. The letter corresponds to GHSM, Girls High School members, Grimble Headmistress Staff Muffet. And once you're connected, then for 1 day every week for the entire 5 years of your being in Girls High School, you get together as a house and celebrate. You have your as a house and you deal with house business. So the idea of us having, you can have that connection across the classes. So from Form 1 to Form 5, you know who all is in your house. And that goes on for the 5 years that you're there. Of course, if that happens over the course of 100 years, you're going to have a history and a culture of being very animated around the support of your athletics house. And the idea of old talk and picong, old talking one another around. You don't even know who could run in your house, but my house is the best. That is just how it is. So to translate that into the year 2020, whatever, 2023, I think it started when we had COVID, and so we had virtual sports, and all girls, wait, if I walk 10,000 steps, I could give my house points. You know, if I sing a song for my house and it gets voted, we get points, then all girls became very activated at that point. And then the school has encouraged, of course, our alma mater, the school song, you know. Whenever we leave our portals, we often will return with love and eagle longing, our loyal hearts will burn. Think about that. We will return. We are always welcome at the Girls High School. You want to do something for the girls. It's a yes. It's always a yes. How? How can we make it possible? So when you have that as the culture of your alma mater, it only makes sense for you to say to the existing students across houses, we are here for you. We are supporting you. We want you to have the best possible experience in your house, in your school as possible. You know, and that is what I think drives every old girl who wants to, you know, maintain a connection with their alma mater and support their little sisters, you know,
Well,
because that's how
listen,
we see them.
when I entered the GHS, and as you said, in the Grimble Hall, I pushed my hand in that bag and I took out my letter S. I did not think that in 2025, I would still be representing my letter S, and as fiercely, or perhaps even more fiercely, than when I was a student in the girls' high school. You said that one of the things that you all do is show how you want to support and encourage your little sisters. And each house seems to have an organization of past students committed to that task, and they support their students in different ways. How is Headmistress House supporting their students?
Well, Headmistress House has incorporated an NGO called Blue Hearts. The thing about us, though, is that we are active, but we haven't activated the NGO. So we are well incorporated, but the group as a group, we are doing things to support students who need financial assistance, book support, and of course, during sports term, the support for the athletes. So we support when you with the kit for everything, every kit that they need to be participating in road relay, to be participating on the actual day. House feed, it's all supported, you know, by all girls. And also when students come in to the girls' high school, we know who our headmistress girls are, and we, of course, welcome them and reach out to them and explain the culture of the house and that sort of thing. But to say that it is formally done, maybe this year or last year was more formal than previous years, but that has been a work in progress. Again, stretching from this renewed excitement and involvement around your competitive house agenda that the school has.
Now,
So
I know your mouth is not lazy.
correct.
What would you say are some of the highlights of this new rivalry that the past students have?
Well, the fact that we're so damn old and we're still fighting up, you know, people say, see, I see some people doing some handstand and some backflip and thing. I want to win. Lord, when were you in high school? You know, anything that gets us to get back together, we love. So if we have to go out and to go out to the school, you give a point, then we realize, wait, I'm seeing girls. Yes, we are all in St. Vincent, but everybody's life is life, and as I say, but here we are taking this time and then we reminisce. So some of the highlights have been getting together from, you know, if I was in 4A, all the other girls in 4A, we realized, although we're in different houses, we see each other as classmates. And again, that has been very instructive to this younger generation who is not necessarily used to old-fashioned picong and old talk. They tend to want to take genuine offense. I remember one time Pearl called me to say, Vinette, I hate cussing about sports on she called me and said, Vinette, come me, nobody ain't cussing me yet. You need to come and cuss me so we could start this thing. And it was so hilarious that we're like, wait, you talking about the house on? All right, I coming on to your live to give trouble, because that little excitement and hype is all in good fun. And I think that has been one of the highlights for me, showing our girls that, yes, being extremely supportive of your house. Nobody's offended if you tell them, oh, Lord, the lame girls of what used to be hungry headmistress, starving staff,
Greedy
grumbling
Grimble.
or greedy Grimble. And then I don't even know if poor Muffet didn't even have
the House of Malays.
Right. So I think for me, the highlight has been showing them that rivalry is all in good fun, so that you don't take it so seriously that you're in your feelings and, oh my God, Miss All, you're throwing so much shade. I said, yeah, it's important. If nobody ain't throwing shade at your house, then your house live across the various industries, enterprises, professions. We have come together to always blow it out the park. I want to say that Headmistress started the over-the-top manifestation of house. We are the best, we are the queens, and so on and so on.
Okay.
We think we started it.
Okay.
All they fight up. Molly was fighting up in standard English. That wasn't really cutting it.
And one of the things to me that is just so heartwarming is the fact that this spirit that GHS started has now found itself into the other schools' past students association.
Oh, yes.
And more than that, people who are not even involved perhaps in their own schools' activities, they sit back and they wait for the online rivalry to start with the high school past students, because to them, that is what signals the start of each school's sporting year.
Oh, yes.
So in our own way, we have created an event an online event that people look forward to each year.
They say trend easy for follow it, not easy for set. And we have genuinely set that trend,
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to see other schools getting into supporting your athletics house and supporting, creating that culture of, that house culture, because it transcends across the board. I went into an office and somebody had to give me a document and they said, who is that out there? My headmistress, my blue sister. And I got the doc. I didn't know the person, but again, oh yes, don't worry, the document is coming. And we had a little old talk around house. People you don't know, but you're connected that way.
Yeah, it has
wonderful.
Created bonds, it has reestablished bonds, and it just, I don't know, it's so inspiring. The whole thing is so inspiring. I notice in your mirror, whenever you look at your reflection, apparently you tell yourself certain things based on a certain sticker that I see on your mirror. What does it say?
Yeah,
Headmistress
it's
what?
headmistress warrior spirit. I'm a headmistress girl, and I have the warrior spirit. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, we are the
sure.
warriors.
Sure.
Yeah. Here is something that you must know. We like win race. We don't run slow. We like first place. And when we come through, we dominate you, coordinate you, obliterate you. What?
Ay, ay, ay. Vinette, really, you're looking for Bacchanal today, but I'm not taking you on. I
I
am
know.
not taking you on.
You're only going to sing a hymn in response. Where is it?
Yeah, the hymn is Till We All Agree. Vinette,
Yes.
thank you so much for this. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us about Headmistress House and the whole meaning of the spirit of GHS. And I look forward to next year when we start the rivalry in earnest.
Yes, always a pleasure. And I'm always available for anything that has to do with GHS and Headmistress House. Call me, I'm there.
Thank you so much. Take
All
care,
right, take care.
Vinette.
Have a great one.
You too.
Cheers. Headmistress to the world.
Yeah, staff house till we all angry. We often hear the phrase, no student left behind, and sometimes it just sounds so hollow. But in this next piece, Headmistress Deroche-John talks about the interventions that the school has made to ensure that in the St. Vincent Girls High School, no student is left behind.
I think where we have some issues last academic year, we experienced some issues where I think we needed to catch underperforming students a little earlier. We did not do a very good job of catching them earlier. And when I say catching them, supporting them a little earlier. So our challenges here at the GHS, we have to support the girls that are struggling. Because we have girls that do so well, exceptionally well. We believe that they're all like that, but no. And I think we didn't do a very good job of that last academic year. So we have actually formed an academic advising team at our school. Those teachers don't have forms. Their primary responsibility is to work one-on-one with 5 students, maximum of 5 students, to make sure that we give them the requisite support that we did not give last year. Okay, so we don't know the success rate of that program just yet, but based on what happened, we are seeking to correct it. And also in that academic advising group, we have students who have some challenge with, because they're differently abled. So our autistic students, oh my God, they give us a warm time. We absolutely love having them. But every day there's a different bit of excitement that they bring to us. Okay, and as I told the teachers, I told the students, they're here to stay. They've earned their place here. They're not going anywhere. So we have to learn to live with them. We have some that are not very verbal autistic, so they're on the quieter side of the spectrum. You know, they exhibit behaviors, but they're quieter. And then we have some that their personalities are just bursting. Before you even meet them, you know what's going on. So they are also in the academic advising grouping. And you know who we added last week to that grouping? We added girls who come from primary schools that do not have a lot of students. It's hard to fit in. It's hard when you don't have any friends that come from the primary school system. So we are going to make a concerted effort to look out for those girls a little more. You know, because they come from their schools and you think that they fit in automatically, but it's not until they reach to Form 3 or 4 where they find their voice, and the complaints that you hear are, Miss, I was really, lost in Form 1 or Form 2, or I didn't fit in, or I don't feel like I'm a GHS girl, or so I told the teachers, I said, listen to me, we gonna get the academics down pat. But in the beginning of Form 1, we need to concentrate on integrating everybody to the girls' high school. We don't want any student to leave here and feel as though they didn't belong.
Coming up next, Yvonne Gaines shares an unforgettable memory, and then we hear from Kaya Rodriguez, one of the rising stars, past student of the girls' high school, and Louise Phantom Fighter Lewis from my generation.
You see how my legs were long and I was athletic? Man, I will skip 3 steps and so to go. One day, Mrs. Young said, come. These were meant to go one at a time. And I had to come back down and walk up everyone. I never forget that. Never forget that. Wow.
I used to hide behind the silence, afraid to let somebody in. But somehow you saw through the quiet and touched the places I had them didn't rush. You didn't push me, you just stood and held your ground. Now here I am, completely open, and I don't wanna turn around. So hold me close, let the strings entwine. With every
On his way to success, he treats his fellow men like we. Cause the latest craving the world is to become rich. And on the way to success, throw someone in the ditch. Lifestyle of the rich and famous, that we thinking of luxury, and to hell with everybody. We believe in the latest style and fashion, regardless to the cost, we just have to get one. Lifestyle of the rich and famous, that we vex with everybody. We assume better off than we. I say lifestyle, lifestyle, causing too much envy. Trusting color TV and a fridge with no frost to bug me. But as we climb up the social ladder, some young ones' education does suffer, creating new friends, some marriages end, some with old companion on these hypocritical trends. Cause the latest craving the world is to become rich. And on the way to success, throw someone in the ditch. Lifestyle of the rich and famous, got we thinking of luxury, and to hell with everybody. We believe in the latest style and fashion, regardless to the cost, we just have to get one. Lifestyle of the rich and famous, got we vex with everybody. We assume better off than we. I say lifestyle, lifestyle, causing too much envy. In this state, big house and car gets we overboard, then kindness and courtesy are ignored. Good riddance to neighbor, no respect for brother, forgetting to train in manners and behavior. Cause the latest craving the world is to become rich, and on the way to success, throw someone in the ditch. Lifestyle of the rich and famous, got me thinking of luxury, and to hell with everybody. We believe in the latest style and fashion, regardless to the cost, we just have to get one. Lifestyle of the rich and famous, got me vex with everybody. We assume better off than we. I say lifestyle, causing too much envy. Cause the latest craving the world is to become rich. And on the way to success, throw someone in the ditch. Lifestyle of the rich and famous, got we thinking of luxury, and to hell with everybody. We believe in the latest style and fashion, regardless to the cost, we just have to get one. Lifestyle of the rich and famous, got we vex with everybody. We assume better off than we. I say lifestyle, lifestyle.
much envy.
The school has challenges, students have challenges, and teachers have challenges. Margaret Henry Charles reflects on one of the biggest challenges she faced as a teacher of the Girls High School, and right after that, Headmistress Deroche-John addresses some rumors which were circulated about her recently.
I used to have the children's artwork on display. It was a good chance for me to showcase their work so that we know that what they did had value. We had done a special project for the opening of the new Kingstown Bank. We were very appreciative and see their handiwork. And one thing is, whenever the girls had their work to do, they would do a special piece for me. So there was their little project, and then my little project from them. And over the years, after they like the library scenario, their work went into the creation of that bank. And different fundraising ventures that say the Catholic Home up in Georgetown. They were saying some of their work went there. And it's just been a good experience. Because my motto is that you can't just think of you, think of your future and how it will impact on others, the next generation. And of course, there was always a hustle of the drama club and getting the set ready and everybody doing bits and pieces, and the teachers were not too receptive with that because they thought I had made any shade of honey, so they would be angry when I didn't pass my marks in on time, not realizing that was a whole school I was responsible for. So they had 2 or 3 classes, I had the whole school.
I've been made aware of some rumors concerning you, and I would like to draw them to your attention now and have your comments on them, if you don't mind.
Sure. I remember Latoya coming up to the landing, complaining. Whoever was interfering with Latoya had a report to me to the headmistress. So she was always full of mouth.
Your principal was an athlete. Yes, a sprinter too for staff house. I could never forget. I could never ever remember.
You mean the present headmistress?
The present Latoya Deroche-John. Yes, yes. And she came from Catholic school. She used to run for Catholic school too. And when she came, lived very fast enough, so sprinters for years.
So, explain yourself.
My teachers have, I don't know, they're giving away everything in the treasure chest. Oh, my dear teachers, Miss McDowell and Miss Fraser, Mrs. Fraser. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. I was always one of the outspoken ones. And yes, I was an athlete.
I caught you with that rumors one. I am sure that is not what you were expecting. Coming up next on Pure Vinci on Sweet Radio SVG, we hear from the other two representatives of the House Past Students groups. So you'll hear from Dianna Lewis of Staff House and Claudette Ledlow of Moffat House. And let me give you a spoiler alert. As a proud staff gem, I could not resist the temptation to put in staff gem Renée Baptiste's recollection of the hype and the excitement that she felt when she became a staff gem. So Dianna is the head of the Staff House Past Students group. Dianna brought the group together about a year ago, and it just is another continuation of the person who Dianna is, always bringing people together, always organizing, always in the forefront of things that have to be done. And if you went to the girls' high school, from the time Dianna entered Form 1, everybody knew about Dianna. Whether you were in Form 1 or Form 5, anywhere in between, staff, student, incoming student, past student, everybody knows about Dianna. It has continued to this day. So Dianna, welcome to the program. thank you for being here. And thank you, if I've never said it before, thank you for all of the work that you've done on behalf of the Girls High School and for Staff House. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about what Staff House is doing. Well, the past students, what's going on?
Well, the committee, just as it began, we had the house feed came up, so they were able to help out with that house feed. They had a month of that they celebrated the intermediate champ at the inter-school secondary sports. We had been involved in that one. We then had a committee at the point where they had sports. So what we did, we asked through the group, we have a WhatsApp group, and we asked for donations, and we were able to give them gears for the sports, the house feed, and at present, the committee, we have a training program supposed to start at summer break. So that one, we asking all past students if they can give the time to support them at the time, to encourage them, because we want persons to take up the challenge that we are putting out there. We just don't want, when we have sports, we just go there just to have the excitement. We want to have athletes, also known for the sportsmanship, the strongness. Even though they're not to the top, everybody just wants staff to be last. So we don't want that. We want to show where we came from and where we would stand and keep back our crown. So we just want to put it out there so that athletes can excel in whatever discipline, not only at track and field, but whatever discipline, whether it means swimming, tennis, whatever they want to get involved, we want to be there to support them. So that is why we formed this committee, in order that we can give them whatever support, whether financial, mentorship, whatever. We just want to encourage them, to make them, because there are a lot of opportunities out there that we think the youths can get involved in and make themselves more marketable. Whatever they want to get involved, we just want to assist them.
That is actually quite fantastic.
But I hope other houses pick up on what we are doing, because we form a committee. While we have this group going on their WhatsApp, it was like ideas just going out and nothing implemented. So in order to have plans going forward and making sure that the opportunity the girls are taken up, look at, for instance, every time a house feed comes up, you're asking for donation, you may be asking for guests or sports. So we take the initiative to have a committee so that things can be in order. So we don't want to, when sports come up, you ask for a donation. What we did, we formed a committee, and in that committee, we draw out a plan to have a subscription where we have all Staff House girls, once they're interested, to give a membership, to have Staff House membership. And in that, we have a contribution of $100 per year. You can do it quarterly, which is $25. So in that, we intend to use the funds to help in whatever way we can, whether we assisting them in training, in whatever support. For instance, they may have financial difficulties getting to and from school, all of that we are taking up. Mentorship, everything. We have a fun event coming up on the 7th of July, Carnival Saturday. That's a local sale, food sale. We want everybody to come and support us. Foreigners, everybody, we just need the support. So we are going to sell Dukana, anything local. Sauce, anything local you used to eat when you're growing up. Sugar cake, everything local. So we just need your support, because we really want to take the girls on another level. Instead of just going, like, for instance, sports time, they're crying out for gears, they're crying out for house feed. We don't want to make it a burden to be asking the group every minute for donations, and we want to, when they're ready, to have it there. We are having the sale on the Singer from 7 a.m. Saturday the 7th, Singer building. Yes, man, come and taste our hand. Staff House, we say, till we old and grey.
Till we old and grey, Diana, till we old and grey. Thank you so much for this.
And thanks for having me. And when like others, like the diaspora, if you're in the diaspora, you don't have a alumni page, alumni group, you can form an alumni group. It has so many people outside. So I know who are there with you.
Excellent
So
point.
you can make it like a network that one node connects back to the base, the big node. So I would like to see others in the diaspora. At first, I had a lot of others in England, and I think somebody can take the initiative to develop a group over there. So you don't have to wait until somebody pass secondhand information to you. You have it right there. You can do your own support. You can do your own thing. You can celebrate just along with us. Yeah, I think the initiative should be, they should take it up.
Great idea. Great idea, Diana. Thanks again.
My passion.
I want to commend you for your effort, for your involvement. I also want to take this opportunity to invite those of you listening to the program or viewing the program to follow the GHS alumni group on Facebook and the St. Vincent Girls High School group on Facebook. You can find loads of information, and every now and then a photo would pop up and it would take you way back. You never know, you might find yourself in one of those photos one of these days.
Thanks for having me. Till we all and great.
Staff House, we say.
Thank you. We want the young ones to see that when they leave the girls' high school, they can come over and join us and even look to see where we were, where we used to do yesteryear, the different fashions we had, how it all started. Because clear in all of this, I'm saying, you know, as athletes at the girls' high school and at border, we were the first to introduce road relay. I was the first set of girls. It was Tessa George, Candice Stratman, Gail Bentic, Donna Joyette, Anne-Marie de Freitas, and myself.
Well, congratulations. I never knew that. And, you know, I was trying to organize a list of 114 things to know about Girls High School because, of course, we're 114 years old this year. But I never got around to it. So I'm using that as factor one. And I'm inviting you who are listening to contribute your facts. You can put it on Facebook, tag Sweet Radio SVG, tag GHS alumni, and tag St. Vincent Girls High School. So let us know what you think are things that are unique to Girls High School. And let's see if we could come up with a list of 114 things before this year ends.
She played center for Staff House, so she was very pleased that I was in Staff House. And Staff House and my mom, you know, the kind of tales that she told you made you, yeah, Staff House. You learn how to, how should I say, be collegiate, close, yes, and think about the future. Well, that was in Moffat House.
High school, come down. Staff House come out and the place shut down. They say we couldn't do it, but them out shut now. Eat another house like a pack of ping pong, yeah. High school, come down. Staff House come out and the place shut down. They say we couldn't do it, but them out shut now. Eat another house like a pack of ping pong, yeah. It's staff we ready, headmistress dready. Muffet run from we and unsteady. When we see Grimble, we go into beddy. No other house like staff and rock steady. Staff House, I love you so. Hand in the air, rocks in the air. Sports time again. Hands in the air, green rocks in the air. Staff outside again. Green blooded with Vince. Knocks on to shade. We coming stronger. Full of stamina.
We're speaking with Claudette Ledlow-Williams. Many of you know her from school. She was an avid athlete, I'm told, and she is now one of the people who is actively involved in the Moffat House Past Student Association. Claudette, welcome to Pure Vinci. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sparing some time.
Thank you so much, Cleo. I'm happy to be here and to share some of my GHS experiences.
I was about to say, before we even dive into Moffat, bring me up to speed about Claudette Ledlow in Girls High School.
Okay, so Claudette Ledlow in Girls High School. What must I say? I'm from the Grenadines, actually. I'm from Canouan, but My mother worked as a district nurse, so I went to school Beckway, Canouan, Union Island. But I came to GHS in 1973 from Canouan Government School. Oh Lord, my first day or my first stay in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I knew no one in the entire school except for one Ingrid Morgan. Well, she was Ingrid Morgan at the time, Ingrid Robinson, who I happened to reside in the same home with her. She was from Chateaubelair and resided with her relatives in Kingston. And those relatives happened to be friends of my older sister. So that was the situation. But that first day in GHS, with a population of probably more than Canouan at the time, it was pretty intimidating, but Claudette being who Claudette is, and probably even was more so at that time, settled in fairly quickly and fairly well.
I have been told that you distinguished yourself in sports. Tell me about that.
I would laugh at that. I don't know that I distinguish myself. I'm as you know, I'm a Muffet girl and Muffet to the bone, right? And during my time in GHS, of course, Muffet never placed anything other than fourth or
No
last.
comment, no comment.
You know, we were a stereotype, I think. Seeing all the Muffet girls were probably more bookworms, or as people would say, the fairer skin, the chubbier ones, are the ones who just didn't have much interest in sports. But I am a sport fanatic, basically. And so I couldn't see that there was anything happening sports-wise that I didn't attempt. And because of that, to me, I describe myself as an average athlete, but I did everything for Muffet House in my day. Run, jump, hop, skip. I did long jump, high jump, cricket ball, shot put, discus, every living thing that happened then, just to give my my house a point. And so I participated in sports for all of my years in GHS, in inter-house sports.
So you were competitive, but there was also that measure of loyalty where even if you thought your house was going to place fourth, I'm not saying last, you were going to place fourth, you still made sure that you contributed to whatever was the total point standing at the end of the games.
That was in me. Yeah.
Let's talk about Muffet, the Past Students Association. What have you guys been up to?
Being good Muffeters. We continue to basically correspond on basically chat groups and make plans for how we can help our house from year to year. You know, the Muffet House won the challenge the two times it was held, and we have fostered a really excellent relationship with the current student body. And so we continue to work with the student body to help wherever the needs be. We say we love where love is needed.
What are some of the interventions that you've had already?
Well, a lot of it, because it's the new hype basically started with the
Randy Kennedy Challenge. Even though prior to that, on around sports season, we GHS girls are back in there like
Come alive.
But the Randy Kennedy Challenge has really focused, allow us to focus on really, because of the competition, basically, to really focus on bettering our houses in any way possible. So last year we did a lot. We get a lot of support, and this year as well to the athletic program in particular, supplying sport kits for the athletes, from vests and tights to track suits, running shoes, or spikes as people will say. No one was left behind. We also, we became more involved with the students, that we recognize other needs. So whether it's mentoring or providing for personal effects and the likes, whatever is necessary.
I understand. And what do you have proposed for the years ahead?
Basically, to continue in the same vein, but there might be some, more targeted activities, like more targeted needs, career showcases, and anything where we see a need emerging. We are ready to jump in there.
The House Past Students Associations, they are doing things that are specific to their house, and those things they're keeping close to their chest. But there are also things that I hope over time will become collaborative efforts. For example, the career showcase that you spoke about. It would be good for us all to collaborate on that, because as you say, if one student benefits, the school benefits. Even this program, it is a staff house initiative, but we are trying to incorporate all of the houses, because not everything has to be a competition.
Competition.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing your time and your thoughts with me.
You are very welcome.
We ready for them? Muffet. The whole of them? Muffet. All of them must. Muffet. All of them must. Muffet. The gremlins them? Muffet. Headmistress hen? Muffet. The staff house girl? Muffet. All of them must. Muffet. All of them must. Muffet.
I really hate nonsense. How we wrong with them, girl, yeah? A Muffet house, them really a come for.
Hey!
Muffet girls every day, we are mad somebody.
Hey!
Muffet girls every day, we are mad somebody. It's time for the mad out. Muffet girls are made of gold, so we stand out. We never pop down, cause we always glam out. Now by the test, we better just reroute. Which girl could make Muffet stress out? Grimble headmistress staff get tossed out. Calling all Muffet girls, step out. We are Muffet causing upset. Shine like sunrise, nice like sunset. Up like rocket, fast like Corvette. On your marks, get ready, set. Them know we not lazy. We will show them no mercy. We coming for the victory. Little Miss Muffet sitting pretty.
Hey!
Muffet girls every day, we are mad somebody.
Hey!
Muffet girls every day, we are mad somebody. Muffet girls,
time for we mad out.
On the racetrack,
time for we mad out.
No holding back,
time for we mad out.
Make them frightened,
time for we mad out.
No skylarking,
time for we mad out.
If licks we sharing,
time for we mad out.
Muffet girls,
time for we mad out. Hey!
Muffet girls every day, we are mad somebody.
Hey!
on Pure Vinci, music from Prima Donna Bascom, another accomplished creative past student of the Girls High School. And then we'll hear from Mrs. Valerie Tucker-George and Mrs. Muriel Fraser.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
The way I feel you, dancing music in my head. You got me in a spell, I'm on a carpet ride. Take it easy, don't try to take control. You work it for me, you work it for me. Just like the way you do it, baby. Fire burning for you inside. See you watching me, now do you feel the same as I? Oh yeah. Under the bright night, all my senses taking flight. Shaped like perfection, there's an arrow heading your direction. Lead me, I just wanna love you. You do it for me, you do it for me. I like the way you do it, honey. Now I'm yearning for you inside. See you meant for me, and do you feel the same as I? Oh yeah.
spent 11 years there as the nurse and health and family life teacher. It was an honor and a pleasure to serve my alma mater. Mrs. Deroche-John, I know as principal there are ups and downs, but let me encourage you, continue doing the job you're doing. You're a very creative and innovative person. And I am really happy and proud to see the Girls High School just keep going up and up and up. It's great to be alive to see 114 years of the anniversary, you know. So let me just wish all of you the best. Happy 114th anniversary GHS.
Happy 114 years of existence to the Girls High School. The best, and will continue to be the best. Cheers!
You have been listening to �々𝑒𝘯𝑑𝘦 on Sweet Radio SVG. Before I hand you over to Mrs. Latoya Deroche-John for the final words, I'm 𝑐𝘰𝑚 Huggins, and I'd like to thank you for joining us here on Sweet Radio SVG for this short and by no means complete celebration of the St. Vincent Girls High School on the occasion of its 114th anniversary.
I hope that our girls see the importance always of the learning process. I hope they never apologize for being excellent. You know, when you attend the Girls High School, you become cognizant of excellence. It is ingrained in you. And I hope moving forward that our teachers, our students understand the importance always of being excellent. I hope that we understand that those before us encountered difficulties as you know, they climbed. The challenges come in different ways. I hope they understand that they belong to a sisterhood that is older than themselves, you know, and that they hold up the esteem, they hold the whole tradition, the idea of tradition and of legacy. I hope they understand that that is something that is bigger than all of us. You know, we have a bright future ahead. Our girls are always willing and open to a challenge as it relates to their academics. But what I see now at the GHS is also a quest by all the girls to make sure that they leave here well-rounded. So that makes me very happy and comfortable.